Good evening. Welcome to the channel. My name is Alan, and right over here, right here this whole time, that is a Federal Signal JetSonic Lightbar. Oh yeah. She's old, she's dusty, she's a Federal Signal JetSonic light bar. And there she is, in all her glory. This, as I said before, is a Federal Signal JetSonic light bar. And as you can tell by all the stickers there, this poor thing's been moved a lot. I mean, a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. So, it's got a speaker housing. This has been chipped over time because it's been beaten around. This stinking thing is heavy. That's why I haven't done a whole lot with it, but it is heavy. It does have blue filters all the way around. If you can kind of see it underneath the layer of dirt. But it also has alley lights on both sides and takedowns, which I thought was kind of neat. It also has the original control box that it was attached to. I guess when they took it out of the car, they were nice enough to remove all the wiring and even the little hand mic here. So you guys are probably wondering, where'd you get this thing? So, fun fact, this thing has been either directly or indirectly in my possession for roughly 20 years. So it's been in storage, it's been with family, it's been kind of all over the place. And roughly 20 years ago, I tried to hook this up because what I thought I was going to do is, at that point in time, I was very much a young man and thought, oh, this would be kind of cool to put on my wall and, have the neat little flash pattern. Because I don't know if you guys know, but the JetSonic, when it runs, kind of does this like back and forth thing on each side, and it's synchronized. So when it runs, this side will be coming in and this side will be coming in, then they'll kind of like both go out. And it's just kind of neat to see. I always thought it was a neat flash pattern. Never actually had any intentions of ever putting this back on a car. Always kind of wanted to put it up on a wall so it could be kind of a neat, just kind of an interesting like conversation type piece. But when I bought it, I had no idea how heavy this thing was, and didn't really have a real strong understanding as to how it worked either. The guys that sold it to me, I actually bought this when the internet was still kind of in its infancy, and I bought it from lightbars.net of all places, and I actually went and checked, and I believe that website's still up and functioning. It should be Wise Guys, I guess emergency equipment or something like that, or used emergency equipment. But I bought it from them, 20 years ago, and this thing's been in storage forever. It's been beaten up and kind of bumped around, and when I got it, I tried to hook it up. I had some instructions that kind of told me what the stuff does. Of course, this is kind of your main power that would be hooked to the car, I guess the battery or wherever. And then you've got, so you got a big thick wire that comes out of the bottom of the light bar, and this one goes to the battery. And you got this little thin wire, and there's a whole lot of it. And it goes to the little tiny, cute little control box. And back when I got this thing from these guys, it was actually in a little bit better shape. I think the lower part of the switches here was cracked a little bit, but after being bumped around and banged and kind of beat up, the top half of this piece broke off. But if I remember right, I think the outer two are each left and right alley light, and then one of these is the takedown, and I don't remember which one, but when I did try to hook this thing up, I was able to make it honk the air horn, and I actually made it do like a yelp or a wail function. I don't remember which, but after I did that, I kind of gave up and said, you know what, I don't really know what I'm doing. But I was able to make the takedown lights, these two come on, and then the two alley lights on each side. And what I found is if I turn on the takedowns and the alleys at the same time, all four of those lights at the same time, what they'll do is they'll automatically go into like a flashing pattern. So, like, I don't remember if it was the takedowns flash together and then the alley lights flash alternating or something like that, but if you turn any one of them off, then they'll go back to their primary function, which is just providing like, I guess, bright, lighting, area lighting. Never did really figure out how to get the rotators to work. Maybe I should, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll take this little cover off and slide it over so you guys can see it, because there are not too many JetSonic light bars out in the world. So, oh, I do have a screwdriver. Sweet screwdriver. So basically, in order to get into this thing, I'm trying to do this one-handed, there's two little screws here. And keep in mind, this thing has not been opened in roughly 20 years, so I have no idea what it looks like in here. I might look in here and cry. Alright, so here we go. Finish taking this one off. Hopefully it's not too horribly bad. What's kind of interesting is these light bars were very, very, very popular in the late 80s and early 90s, and then they kind of turned into the jet stream because everybody started actually taking the speaker housing out of this area and doing the speaker in the grill like you would normally see on an average cop car now. But back in the 80s, everybody put the speaker on the roof. So let's see. Basically all you have to do is grab this thing and just slide it, and then you can get right inside. So it's not in perfect condition. Let me see if I can slide this bad boy open a little bit more. Maybe I'll just take it completely off. But we'll go ahead and set this thing right here. There we go. There's my lens. But yeah, this is what it looks like in here. So basically you have two rotators, a reflector. Here's the takedown. Here's the alley. There's a little bit of rust in here because I'm sure some water penetrated at some point. But as you can see, it is, I don't know how well that tag's coming through, but it says, Federal Signal Corporation Model JS, which I guess would be JetSonic. And, of course, it's got its, the old light bulbs and everything like that. So that's just kind of neat. The rotator right here. I'm not going to turn it, but, you can see that basically these little gears turn and it causes these to turn, and then the light reflects, and just kind of a neat little design. And then the other thing that's really neat about these is that inside the dome here, I don't know how well you guys can see that, these are all just little filters. So like you can actually take these out, these little filters, and switch them. And you can make this any color you want. So that's just kind of neat. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, they definitely don't make light bars, like this anymore. You don't see this kind of old school styling and the gearing and all that kind of neat stuff. Everything's just pretty simple and electronic now, I guess. But just kind of neat seeing all this stuff. One of these days, I got to figure out how this thing works. Maybe I'll reach out to those boys at Wise Guys and see if maybe they could send me another wiring diagram so I can figure out what this stuff does. But basically, like I said, this little skinny wire, comes to the control box, and then there's a little speaker wire, which I'm assuming would go to like a Motorola type speaker so that you can hear this thing in the car, or hear, I guess, feedback or something. I don't know, but it looks like speaker wire. I'm not 100% sure, but because I guess there's a radio function or something where you could probably tie it to the radio. I have no idea. I'm not at all a Federal Signal technician by any means, but some of you guys might have some clue as to what this stuff does. But there's another little wire right here that leads to the hand mic. So Then there's a group of wires here. I think this is kind of a grayish color, you know, that comes out over here. There's a reddish one with, looks like some sort of inline fuse maybe. And then up here, I remember that brown wire is supposed to be important. I don't remember why, but then there's like a white with a brown stripe and a white with a red stripe, and that's about it. Anyway, there you go, guys. I gave you guys a tour of my little JetSonic light bar that's been hiding under my shelf for, yeah, a little while now. Anyway, I guess if you're a YouTube troll and you're here to troll me, I guess I'll go put it on the car now and pull people over. Being that I've had it for 20 years and never done that, I seriously doubt it's going to end up on a car at this point. That, and it's missing 3 of its 4 rubber feet. Used to have all 4 of them, but as it got moved around over the years, they faded away, unfortunately. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that. If you guys know anything about a JetSonic light bar or have some wiring diagrams or know where I can find some, that would be pretty cool. Or if you have something, you know, that helps me understand how that works, and you know, if it's something that you can mail over to me, I got the mailing thing in my description there. Would definitely appreciate any help you guys can give me on that. I don't know a whole lot about this. I'm not an electrician, so be honest with you, I'm a little worried I might fry something in that, because I know back, you know, when they made those kind of things, they didn't put a lot of protections in them, I guess you could say, because most people knew what they were doing. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put that thing back together. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. Thanks for stopping by. If you got any feedback for me, please leave a comment in the description. And yeah, it's still hot and it's November. What's wrong with this place? Love to all of you. I'll catch you on the next video. I don't know if that's focusing, but it is Wednesday, November 7th, and that's the temperature right now at like 6:30 at night. It was warmer earlier,